If you suffer, like I did, from hip osteoarthritis and you really want to try your best to avoid having a hip replacement, then the protocols that you need to follow in terms of your diet and your exercise are very, very important. We've discussed them all before. I'm linking videos below here about diet and specific exercises. But what I want to point out in this video is that as important as the proper exercises are, so there are exercises you need to avoid. Welcome to ShapeFixer. I'm Andrew. I'm a nutritionist and a sportsman, and I had hip osteoarthritis and I did not have surgery, and I am now running again. So this can be done. Now, what a lot of people do, in addition to the rehab exercises to build the muscles, the correct muscles, and rebalance the power distribution around that joint, is they try to work on their fitness at the same time, and so they do some sort of cardio exercise. Running is unlikely, because if you could run, you wouldn't have this problem in the first place, so clearly you can't run. But what a lot of people try to do is walk, and they walk with pain, thinking that it's going to help them heal and it's good for their fitness. The problem with walking, when you have osteoarthritis in your hip, is that you tend to walk unevenly or with a limp to compensate. Walking with a limp runs the risk of creating further problems and possibly even arthritis on the other hip. You are practicing walking with an imbalance. Your muscle imbalance is going to be exacerbated or made worse, and you are likely to end up in more pain than you were before. So walking is not a recommended exercise to help you get fit and recover through hip osteoarthritis. What your joint needs, what your cartilage actually needs, is pressure, firstly, but steady, controlled, even pressure, not impact. That stimulates the production of collagen. And then it needs movement in that joint, again, in a nice rhythmical, controlled way, which you won't get if you're limping and staggering about. So, a lot of people try swimming. I've got a word of warning about swimming. Firstly, it depends how efficiently you swim anyway. And secondly, which stroke you're using. Because when I tried swimming, I tried breaststroke, and that was a complete disaster because I just could not do the kick with my hip in the condition that it was. And when I swam freestyle, I ended up with a sore, achy hip afterwards, and I think a lot of that was to do with turning around and pushing off from the side of the pool with every link. So be careful with swimming. The two best cardio exercises for you to do that will not interfere with your healing process and will in fact stimulate the healing process while you are working on your fitness are stationary cycling. As opposed to going on a bicycle that goes out on the road. Stationary cycling. Because when you go out on the road, it's not even. You might have to stand from time to time. There may be times where you have to actually get on and off, walk with your bicycle, and if you do end up painful, you can't just stop. You still have to get home. Stationary bike, it's in one position. You can set everything up. You can adjust everything. You can adjust the tension because you don't have to go up a hill or anything. And you can stop immediately if it starts to get uncomfortable. So stationary bike in a gym is the best cycling that you can do for your hip. The other exercise that's really good is the elliptical machine. And if you don't know what that is, here's a clip of my wife on the elliptical machine at our local gym. I used this machine a lot when I was recovering from osteoarthritis, and it was incredible how fit I was when I got to the end of my healing process and I was able to start doing other things again. My fitness, I hadn't lost my fitness. So the elliptical machine is really good. Check out our website, SHAPEFIXER.com. Our hip osteoarthritis self-management program might be just what you need to follow for 3 months to give yourself the best chance of avoiding having to have a hip replacement. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, share this video, and let's hear from you. Let's hear how you do.